Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tangeia, and today's video is going to be a very detailed eyeshadow full face tutorial. And I'm so excited for this video because it is my first collab. Yay! I will be collabing with LaDonna, a fabulous brown thick girl, pretty thick girl that loves fashion and makeup just like me. I just reached out to her on Instagram because I liked her page so much, and I just love when big brown beautiful girls just exude confidence through their pictures and everything that they do. So I just reached out and I'm like, hey, love your page, love your channel, you want to collab? And she was like, yes. So this is going to be my portion of the collab. I will be doing a full face makeup tutorial, and she has the fashion for you. So make sure you check out her channel as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on her channel and on my channel so you get the full gist of everything that we're doing. So I got the makeup for you. She has the clothes. And if you want to see how I created this look and get a whole bunch of tips and tricks, I'm going to be very detailed in this tutorial because I've been getting some requests on my Snapchat. Because I do a lot of snap tutorials on there, but of course it can't be as detailed. So I wanted to take the time and kind of go through tips and tricks that I use for beginners, if you just already into makeup and you just want to learn some more. So I'm just going to be very detailed in everything that I do today. So it's going to be kind of long, don't know how long yet, but it's going to be a long one. So get some snacks or get your tools and try to follow along. And like I said, make sure you go hit up LaDonna's channel. I'll put all her social media so you can go follow her on everything, and make sure if you haven't already hit my subscribe button, go follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Snapchat because we be live on the chat, follow me on Facebook and everything else, and I will see you all in my next tutorial. Stay trill. All right, so I usually skip the brows, but I've been using a couple new products, so we're going to go ahead and show that. And what I use nowadays is the NYX micro pencil in the shade Espresso to shape out my brows, and then to fill them in I will be using another NYX product, the gel, also in the color Espresso. And I just like this combination. It gives me that IG snatched brow, and it's the micro pencil is really like the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow wiz to me, really neat and straight to the point. And the gel is a more liquefied consistency than the pomade. And what I do is I start in the middle of my brow and work towards the end, and then using the remaining product that is on the brush I fill in the front. So it's not too harsh because this product can come out very harsh. And I had to play with it a couple times to get it how I like it, but I love it now. Same old goodie is this Midnight Olive Brown foundation palette. I've been using the hell out of it, and I use the same shade that's about 2 shades lighter than me to conceal under the brow, and then the shade that is matches my skin tone to carve out and clean up the tops of the brow. And this is just what I've been using like forever. And now to start the priming of our basing the lids, I'm going to use LA Girl Pro Conceal and place that all over the lids, and then buff it out with just a regular beauty blender. It's not damp or anything, I just blend it all out. And then to set this creamy liquid product into place, I'll be using a large fluffy brush and the NYX HD translucent pressed powder and placing that all over the eyes to set it into place. And then I will begin placing the shadows on. So when you start with eyeshadow, you want to make sure you're using the correct brush for where you're placing your shadows. So to start in my crease as the transition shades, I'm going to use a fluffy brush. I believe it is the Morphe E27 to take the first shadow as my transition shade in the upper portion of my eye. And I'm using the color Innocent in the Tarte's Pro palette. It's just like a pinky nude type color, and this is just to like start and help blend all the rest of the colors that I'll be using together before I begin to cut crease. And I'm using a light hand and making sure that my hand is at the end of the brush as to not apply too much pressure, and circular motions to blend that shadow out. And I'm just going back and forth across the crease. I'm keeping it kind of high because I still want this to kind of show when I start placing other colors on top. And I just layer that on as much as I want. And then I'm taking the shade Whimsy on this same brush. I didn't really clean it off or anything. I just dipped into my next shade. And I'm bringing this a little bit closer down and on top of the lid. Still using a light hand and circular motions. So now to get a little bit more definition, I'm taking the Japanese 835 brush and I'm going to be mixing the colors No Filter and Vamp in the crease. And first I'm using No Filter and I'm going to use like a light hand, but I'm placing it straight towards my eye as to put it directly in my crease. This is going to start the pale color of my look, which is purple. The whole look is surrounded around lavender and purple vibes. So I'm using a straight into the socket kind of hand motion and placing this color in the crease. And now to define the crease even more, I'm using a downward hand. So I'm placing it like I'm placing it into the crease, but I'm putting my hand up a little bit more so the color sits where I want it, if that makes any sense. And that is the color Vamp from that same Tarte's Pro palette. And it's okay if this is messy and gets on your lid. You just want to make sure that you blend out any harsh lines, and anything that ends up on your lid, you're going to be cutting it anyway. So, and this is the brush I like to use to do cut creases. It's a round flat brush, and I use the LA Girl Pro Conceal to cut my crease just because it moves really easily, so I can cut exactly where I need. And when doing a cut crease, you want to make sure that you cut above all the folds in your eye so that your cut crease won't get lost. And I use this first just because, like I said, it moves very easily. It's a cream, but it's kind of liquidy, so it just moves really easy. I can get it exactly where I want it without having to struggle or use a lot of pressure. And I'm just cutting this above all the folds in my lid, and then I'm going to kind of wing it out. And that's how I'll be able to follow with my liquid liner later on. And this is how I will place my shadow. I'll just make sure I carve everything out and do the same on the other eye, which I probably won't show you. I'm just making sure it's to the exact shape that I want. And then I'm going to use a domed shadow brush by Real Techniques and reset this area before I go in with the NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil on like that same flat brush I used to cut my crease. And this is going to help, this white is going to act as a base to help the eyeshadow that I put on top really pop. When you put a white background down, you're going to get more true of the pigmentation of the eyeshadow that you're trying to use. And I place this on kind of sloppily on the lid, and I just smooth everything out. And I really like this brush because I can get it exactly where I need it to go. So I'm really just recutting the crease with this white pencil. When it comes to cut creases, detail is key. So now using this e.l.f. 144 palette, I'm going to be taking my Japanese 836 brush, which is a flat shadow brush. And it took some time, it's going to take some work just because these shadows aren't the most pigmented, but they do work, and that's why it helps to have this white base down. I'm just going to place that all over the cut area. And again, I like this shadow brush just because it places the shadow exactly where I need it, so I can get really up and close and personal with where I have cut my crease and place the shadow exactly where I need it. So after I have got this as opaque as I would like, whew, that took a lot out of me. After I've got it opaque as I like, I'm going to take this NYX crystal liner and just place that right on top of my cut crease line and get some glitter going, you know? And I start on the back half of my eye and then work towards the inner corner. And I make sure to keep my lid down so this crystal liner can dry and not transfer. And a tricky thing with that crystal liner is, I kind of used a little bit too much more than I actually liked. but you have to let it dry for it to really see it. So I was placing it on because I couldn't see it. So yeah, and then now I'm just following where I cut my crease, where that winged out part is, with the wing liner. And that is the Wet n Wild liquid liner. And now I'm just placing on some mascara, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. And then I will place on falsies off camera and then get on to complexion. So to prime, my first primer is the Smashbox Primer Water. And you know, you gotta do a little dance as it dries. And then after that has dried, I'm going to put on the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And I just use two as of right now because it's winter, but when it gets summer, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to refigure out my skin completely. But I just put that all over my face before I put on my foundation. And I have been mixing foundations because I actually got a winter tan. This first foundation I'm using is the Maybelline Fit Me in 360, and it kind of oxidizes too dark. So then I mix it with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC50. And that gives me pretty much the complexion shade that I like, because this one is too light, the other one is too dark, and when I mix them together, it gives me what I need. And I'm just putting that on with a beauty blender. And now I freaking love this concealer. Oh my goodness, it took me so long to get it because they were out of stock for forever. But I finally got to try out this Tarte Shape Tape, and it is lit. It's a full coverage concealer that does not move. It's litty, like litty. And this is actually the shade Deep, but it's actually pretty light. Set all that and bake because I do have glowy skin. My concoction is the Ben Nye Sienna powder mixed with the Sonia Kashuk brightening powder, and I just use my Ben Nye just because I haven't run out of it. I had banana, but banana is entirely way too light, so I started mixing it with the Sienna, and then when I ran out of that, I started mixing the Sienna with the Sonia Kashuk brightening powder. And the purpose of baking is really to absorb extra oils within your skin so your makeup stays on longer. If you have dry skin, I really wouldn't recommend baking as your skin is already dry. So you do not need to absorb the extra oils because you need those. But me, I don't. So I'm gonna bake. And then I'm gonna contour with my MAC Studio Fix powder in NW58. And then to dust away the cake, I'm going to use my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NW45. Just help blend it in and give me a more natural complexion. Now I'm just finishing up the eyes using that same shade, No Filter, on the lower lash line. I'm going to place Minx in the inner corner. I'm going to use the Revlon nude eyeliner in my waterline and then go on my bottom lashes with mascara with the L'Oreal Telescopic. And I really just love that mascara for my bottom lashes, especially because the wand is so little, so it grabs each and every one of my little baby lashes. Now, a lot of my friends say they don't use bottom mascara, or don't put mascara on their bottom lashes, but that just makes the eyes pop. I love bottom mascara on my bottom lashes. It's the eye for me because I don't really do falsies on the bottom. Almost done, guys. So for blush, I'm using the Milani Romantic Rose. It's like my favorite blush. Blush, I cannot talk. I pretty much use it like every day. And then to glow for the guys, I'm gonna use the Carly Bible. And I said this glow is so lit, it's ridiculous. I've been sleeping on it for so long. This palette is so old, but I just got it. You see that glow? Good lord. I've been so sleeping on it. It's ridiculous. And I like using a fan brush. I kind of interchange them, what brush I use to glow up, but recently I've been using a fan brush. I'm gonna do a little extraness with the brow bone highlights. And move on to lips to complete the look. using the NYX lip liner in dark brown. And then for finished lipstick, I'll be using MAC Stone Matte Lipstick. MAC Stone Matte Lipstick. Set it all into place with my favorite as of right now. Excuse whatever's on my face right there. The Urban Decay setting spray, all nighter setting spray, and we're good to go. That was pretty much your finished look. So this is my Spring Vibes Cut Crease collab with Miss LaDonna J. So if you finished watching mine, go ahead and like it, drop me a comment, go on over to my Snapchat because we be lit over there, and go ahead and watch her video on her channel, and she'll give you all the lavender fashion. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I will see you in the next one. Stay true.